MIT or Stanford or any, but they're going to throw them out of the country the day after graduation. They'll buy these.
Why should any?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Damon Sandala, and we are looking at the dumb things MAGA has said this week. I know there are many, but we're going to look at Karoline Leavitt's pressers, America's favorite wino, Judge Janine, and then we are also going to look at that disastrous interview that Trump had on Laura Ingraham. So with that in mind, we are going to go ahead and dive into this first clip of Karoline Leavitt doing her usual ring around the rosy when it comes to us prioritizing tax cuts over American families.
President Trump last addressed the BRT when he was on the campaign trail. His big push was on tax cuts. He's going there today as he's proposing tax hikes in the form of tariffs. I'm curious why he's prioritizing that over the tax cuts.
He's actually not implementing tax hikes. Tariffs are a tax hike on foreign countries that, again, have been ripping us off. Tariffs are a tax cut for the American people, and the president is a staunch advocate of tax cuts. As you know, he campaigned on no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on Social Security benefits. He is committed to all three of those things, and he expects Congress to pass them later this year.
So can we just take a pause for the cause real quick and figure out what the hell she is even talking about? That was in no way near an answer to the question that he just asked about why they are prioritizing tax cuts for the rich over these magical tariffs that are supposed to be putting so much money in our pocket. But I digress. I'm sure she'll give us a better answer on this one.
Later this year.
I'm sorry, have you ever paid a tariff? Because I have.
They
don't get charged on foreign companies. They get charged on the importers.
And ultimately, when we have fair and balanced trade, which the American people have not seen in decades, as I said at the beginning, revenues will stay here, wages will go up, and our country will be made wealthy again. And I think it's insulting that you are trying to test my knowledge of economics and the decisions that this president has made. I'm now regret giving a question to the Associated Press.
Psych, you thought you were going to get a straight answer? This is Karoline Leavitt that we're talking about. The woman who literally said that France would be speaking German if it wasn't for the U.S. when they said that maybe we should give the Statue of Liberty back. Check it.
Parliament from France, who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country. Kelly.
Yes, y'all. This is real. The White House press secretary said from the podium that France would be speaking German if it wasn't for the U.S., as if we didn't come in at the very end of World War II, as if they didn't save us in the Revolutionary War. But let's move on to America's favorite wino, Judge Janine, who is just over the moon proud of President Trump for dismantling the Department of Education. Why she's so happy about this, I don't know. I'll let her explain it.
So let me tell you one more thing. The Constitution does not guarantee an education. It is not a federal right. It is not a federal issue. It is something that, under the 10th Amendment to the Constitution, is left to the states. The state constitutions have provisions where you have a right to education. But this is something that is for parents and for educators, for teachers that we do love. We don't love Randi Weingarten and what she did. To figure out what they're doing in education. And let me tell you one more thing. I'm not done.
One more thing.
One more thing is these kids in China and in Russia that were studying quantum physics while our kids were hiding and doing drugs and alcohol, and the kids in Norway and Denmark and Sweden. We spend more money per kid than any country in the world, and we're losing because of the Democrats. And that's the end of that.
Can we all just take a second and collectively bow our heads for Janine Pirro, because she knows not what she do. That's that whole bottle of Pinot Grigio that she downed before the segment. But now let's just move on to the coup de grace, Trump's disastrous interview on Fox with Laura Ingraham, where they talked about everything and nothing at the same time.
Will we see a recession in 2025? Are you ruling it out?
We're going to have the strongest economic country in the history of the world, of the planet. We are taking in so much money. Now, some people are unhappy because, it has to come from somewhere.
This is what trips me out the most about Trump supporters, okay? Y'all voted this man in because you said he was this economic genius, but now he can't even tell us if there's going to be a recession in 2025. But his answer to it all is his big, beautiful gold Trump card.
MIT or Stanford or any, but they're going to throw them out of the country the day after graduation. They'll buy these.
Why should any American kid become a computer
And by the way, they're going to
scientist?
call it either the gold card. The problem is there's many gold cards. Well, I will tell you what my people want to call it. It'll drive you crazy. It'll drive the left crazy. They want to call it the Trump card, because the Trump card sells much better than the gold card. Everybody has a.
So you're not worried about any unsavory people coming in and taking?
Yeah, I'm worried about unsavory, in which case we're going to.
You're going to be vetted?
Give them the money back and they get out.
Y'all, this is crazy, okay? Mr. America First, Mr. Build the Wall, Mr. Deport Everybody is now selling express passes to the United States for $5 million. And then when asked if he thought the people who could afford that $5 million might come in here and do something a little crazy, nah, he just shrugs that right off. Or just says, might be too many people.
They're going to be properly vetted, but, you know, we're talking about a lot of people. I think it's going to be very successful. If somebody's wrong, we actually are very, very nice, because it makes it a lot easier legally. We give them their money back and we send them.
All right, guys, so that is just a snippet of some of the dumb things that Republicans have said this week. I know I missed a ton. Feel free to leave anything in the comments. Thank you guys so much. Like, share, and subscribe. And I think I need a shower after all that grossness that I just watched. Peace.